The candidate of the Democratic People's Party in the April 2011 governorship election in Delta State, Mr. Great Ogbaru, in which he challenged the election of Mr. Emmanuel Uduaghan as the governor. Delivering judgment on this suit, Justice Suleiman Galadima, who led a panel of 4 justices, said Mr. Ogbaru's application amounted to a gross abuse of court process, capable of setting a dangerous precedent for the legal profession.
The court therefore awarded a cost of 150,000 naira against Mr. Ogbaru. Mr. Ogbaru had approached the court seeking for an order to set aside its March 21, 2012 judgment, which affirmed Dr. Uduaghan as the winner of the election.
Supporters of Governor Emmanuel Uduaghan outside the Supreme Court in Abuja celebrating the verdict of the Apex Court, which affirmed his election as the governor of Delta State. Lawyer to Mr. Great Ogbaru, Dixon Oswala, who expressed disappointment with the verdict of the court, dismissing his appeal, had approached the Supreme Court for a review of its judgment delivered last year. He argued that Mr. Ogbaru's former lawyer, Sebastian, had earlier withdrew a similar application under a suspicious circumstance without the authority of his client.
The court has ruled. We are bound by their ruling. As to what they had to say about me, it's okay. That's their opinion.
Lawyer to Governor Uduaghan, Dr. Alex Zion, argued that the former counsel withdrew the appeal because it was an abuse of court process. He said litigation on the same subject cannot be an endless process.
Apart from the fact that we won this case and that there must be an end to litigation, as the Supreme Court have just stated, but there are some salient issues that have been raised as to our jurisprudence vis-a-vis what the Nigerians should know when you engage a lawyer.
In a ruling that lasted barely an hour, Justice Suleiman Galadima dismissed the suit and warned lawyer to Mr. Ogbaru not to cast aspersions on the former counsel to his client without an evidence to substantiate his claim. Some officials to the state government praised the verdict of the Apex Court.
My greatest reaction about this is that my profession, which is the legal profession, because that's what I am first and foremost, I'm a very senior member of the bar, is not brought to such low levels of ridicule.
Presently, I make bold to say that there is no opposition in Delta State. Delta State has become one playing field and a construction site.
Mr. Great Ogbaru had approached the Supreme Court, urging the courts to set aside an earlier judgment it granted, affirming the victory of Governor Emmanuel Uduaghan of the People's Democratic Party. The latest judgment of the court has finally laid to rest the issue of who won the Delta State governorship election.
3 Lebanese who have been